talk about just how I do that in terms of my morning practice and some of the keys that I have that helps me receive my intuition, information from my soul. And I'd also love to hear about how that works for you. There is going to be a unique, specific, perfect way that you communicate to source energy, soul, God, love, whatever is your favorite word for that incredible energy that takes care of us. And so I'm just going to tell you a little bit about how I do it. And it was really through doing my doctorate in spiritual science that I played with a bunch of different methods for this. But there is a technique that our spiritual teacher, John Roger, has taught us that involves moving our consciousness to the Tisyurtil, which is the seat of the soul, which is basically just a center point, the center point within our head. And so what I do in my Allowing Love practice, I do a process of really, first of all, moving into a vibration of a stillness, of a loving that's going to really support me in this. And you guys probably know that I love acronyms. So the beautiful acronym that came to me in this way was, first of all, to be soul, to be still, S for still, and to open our hearts, O for open, right? So there's a stillness, but then there is a call to energetically open our hearts, energetically be vulnerable and open and receiving of the spirit of the light. And UL, I think it's amazing that just sets us up for unconditional loving. And the other word that came in the other morning that was anyway, is undulating loving. And that sounds kind of conceited, I think, but when I looked up, oh yeah, what does undulating mean? It means I feel like John Morton right now. It means to have a flow, a graceful flow, moving out, moving in. And that is actually what I do when I come into this place, right? I'm open, but then I'm aware of the love that I am. And it is an experience of it coming in, that I am loved. And it's also an experience of I am loving. I'm in an active process of my loving going out. And paradoxically, it's something that happens at the same time in some ways, right? It's I am the love, I am love. As I breathe, there is also an experience that I have of my loving is going outwards. The love that I am, not with me doing or trying, but just me being me, just radiates loving. And there is also always a process of I'm love. There is energy, there is support for me. So still, open, unconditional, undulating loving. And so I'm just going to encourage everyone to do that in this moment, just to be still, to be open, and to let unconditional loving move in and out of your energy field, or perhaps through your energy field. And so when I'm doing this process or really being aware of, hey, what's something that I want intuition on? Because I do know that when I'm in a really great space, maybe after I've meditated for a long time, I don't have a lot of questions. Often there's a lovely flow and, my life is good. I'm just kind of flowing. But often, for my business, do I want a baby or not? I have a lot of questions, and there is often a call in my life to really let go of how my mind tries to manipulate and work shit out, but to really come into this still place and to receive information, guidance. And so the one key tip that I'm really going to share is that I just become present. I do a little bit of time getting into this soul, this still place, which consequently I put all my energy here, but it activates for me an experience at the heart. So I know that when I've been able to really connect with the seat of my soul, get my energy, my consciousness, I focus it at the Tisratel, at the center point of my head. But then as I do that, as that connects in some way, I'm aware of a warmth and opening, something starts to happen at my heart center. So in the mornings for my Allowing Love practice, I'm in the habit of asking what's one dream for today, right? I do believe that there is a divine relationship with all of our dreams. I don't know how to explain this, but it's just my experience that at any different point of my life, the dreams, the wants, the wishes that I've had for my life have all contributed to some particular soul growth, soul shift. So for me right now, whether or not it's me receiving a baby or me actually receiving this next beautiful expression in my business, or actually the other big dream that I have right now is being able to completely relax and enjoy the day. For me, everything's about giving myself permission to have enough time just to relax and enjoy my life. I think one of the biggest blocks I have to having a baby is I don't have enough time. I don't have enough resources. I'm not going to be able to do this, right? And there is an experience that my soul is wanting me to stretch into, I perceive, which is letting go and knowing that I can give myself this time. There is enough time that I'm taken care of, that I'm supported, and that I can just let go of this ego pressure and I can enjoy and let it all flow. So what I do each morning is to just ask God, and I always start by asking for the highest good, and I do encourage you to download the free 7-day Allowing Love program because it walks you through this, but this is just a little more of me guiding you through how I receive my intuition. So I ask for the highest good, and recently I have this cute little chat, like, because spiritual support, God, right? They're my peeps, they're my best friends, right? And it's so, I think, so powerful to relate to them energetically, like they're these close buddies, right? Like they hear me, they see me, they're so in support and in favor of me, and I feel that loving. And over time, I've also just developed this profound love and tangibility that I have with them. So I go inside, and I just ask for the highest good, and I ask for my highest dreams, and I really ask that in any way that I would block or try and hold back from my highest dreams, my greatest love, my greatest success, I ask that be cleared. And I ask for one dream for today, right? So I just ask. And then I simply just move again all of my consciousness, all of my focus to inside of my head. And I don't know how I started doing this, but then I often, because my mind will start to try and put things there. And I know what the difference is between when I'm like, oh yeah, I want to grow my business. So hey, maybe I need the dream of like getting 5 new clients. And so I'm aware of like how that feels when I manipulate something to show up there. So what I've developed to do to kind of just help myself really let go and actually create an empty vessel in my consciousness is that I actually just see a rolling color of white. Then I see a rolling color of black. Then I see a rolling color of white and black. And I do that for a little bit until I truly just feel an emptiness, right? Like I feel a space. I feel like there is this empty bucket at my head, and that it is like this beautiful blank canvas. And so I do that enough until I truly like just feel that emptiness. And I'm usually required to need to be patient, right? To actually do a little bit of waiting, listening, receiving before something pops in, right? Because it's almost like there's that little bit of space that I need to connect to to disconnect from my ego wanting to think that it's the one thinking which dream is on point for today, to truly coming into a place of letting go and receiving. So once I do this kind of opening process, something just pops in, right? And that's where everyone has to figure out, allow, receive this process for themselves, because over time I've become very aware of how it feels when it comes from my experience through a beautiful source energy, spirit-led action. And it usually kind of has the feeling of like, oh yeah, I didn't put it there, right? If I,
right.
It's kind of like, oh yeah, oh wow, where did that come from? It's like, oh yeah, like that's nice, thank you. Like it truly has an energy of receiving, maybe of surprise, but not like, but yeah, like, oh wow, yeah, thank you. So, and then I just run with it. I think also spirit works immediately in some ways, right? So as soon as I get to this point of letting go and of being open, I do also run with a habit of whatever comes in first, that has this energy of like, pop, receiving. I didn't put it there. What is, oh great. I run with that one, right? Because if I don't maybe run with that one, then my mind can get on top of it. Is this through your soul? Is this really intuition? Maybe, right? It's just like, no, the first thing that pops in that feels like I've been given it, I run with it. And so that's the dream that I allow for today. And I want to just quickly clarify the difference between using an allowing love dream, because we're not here to go, oh, okay, today I received the dream of, the other day I received this dream of this beautiful house with this incredible like tropical landscaped pool, this beautiful outdoor kitchen, right? And I didn't, well, it may be a dream for a few years down the track, but I don't experience that this dream is for me to then start going out. Oh my God, how adorable. That's how much our little puppy wants to be part of this. I'm not going down to the real estate broker, right, agent, and buying a house, right? That's not what's on point here. Oh my God, he's so beautiful. Do you want to let him in, honey? Yeah. Because I think he'll be less of a feature at our feet than, oh, that was super adorable. So, but what our dreams do come in is for an experience, right? There was an experience that my soul was really calling me to have in terms of just this beautiful, free, open, relaxing, decadent, luxurious experience of imagining that I was in this beautiful house with a beautiful pool and a beautiful kind of like outdoor entertaining area. And that experience was very real and palpable for me. So I kind of charged my energy field with this beautiful outdoor area, right? And I think what was beautiful, and this often happens to me, an experience that I have through receiving a dream often translates and shows up for something that that is really beneficial in my life. So it was after that experience that I'm like, oh my God, I have this beautiful outdoor patio area that I don't use very much, and I have this incredibly beautiful house, and I want to see more plants. So we went to Home Depot that weekend, and I just feel like I have that experience, but I have it here and now. So my dream wasn't given to me so that I could go out and get something new, but there was an experience I was wanting more of inside, and often very practical things come present in terms of how I can have more of that experience in my life here and now. So that's, I believe, why we're, and the value of really receiving a dream every morning. And well, it's really coming this morning, so thanks for hanging in there with me, honey, but I'm just going to keep going.
Cool.
I really just received this morning that, you know, these dreams, and rather than just showing up in meditation, I really believe that connecting to our dreams, to what our humanity wants, our basic self wants, like the dreams of how we can show up and support and be involved as a human being, for some reason just helped me get so much more powerfully committed to a morning practice, right? Like I've done SEs, spiritual exercises, meditation for most parts of, no, definitely not. For the last 20 years, I've done a lot of meditating in the morning, but I haven't ever been able to come into a really consistent morning practice until I started doing this Allowing.Love. And I do believe it's because of the power of involving our basic self, our humanity. And it's like where I feel a little more motivated to, show up for God and to have those moments. And I do actually do meditation before I do Allowing.Love. But Allowing.Love helps me, I don't know, it just helps me more motivated to show up, because I feel like it is through the ego that we are motivated, and it's of great support. So in the Allowing.Love program, we then receive our dream, and then we give ourselves an experience of it. And I'm not going to keep going through the 5 steps, because you can download them and have your own experience for them. But just this initial moment of receiving a dream every morning, and how do we do that such that we're doing our best to receive it from just a beautiful, higher soul-led place. That would be what I have to share about how I personally do that.
Nice.
Yeah. So, honey, do you have anything to share in terms of how you open to and receive your information, your dreams, your next steps? How does it come in for you?
It comes in. Well, first, I think there's a willingness to, and a focus. So I have to move my focus into that place to allow it to come forward. So it's like I need to choose to spend time with it, to touch inside, to connect. And sometimes similarly, I'll just connect with my third eye crown chakra above. And John Warren the other night, he said he uses a word, open. It's one of the words he uses. So it's the word open. That's one way he attunes or lets spirit come in a way. And for me, I was getting last night is one of the ways I do it is let go. Right? It's just like different semantics, but so. Because
can you tell us energetically what that means? Like, what
Sure.
do you do inside to let go?
Well, it's so interesting because I feel like my experience is that when I'm letting go is like, it's so subtle, but it's like when I'm thinking about something or attached to something or anything that's not allowing the flow of spirit, allowing my dreams to come in, God to come in, it's like, the breathing there's a different quality of just relaxing in my body, like completely. It's so obvious. When I let go, it's really like, like hands open. Everything's like total surrender. And I can really feel it in my body. Like it just, I get breathed instead of like this tightening or this, so it's really clear. And so again, for me, I have to keep reminding myself. So it's like, let go, let go, let go, because the mind wants to grab onto something and be like, this is it, or this is what I'm focused on, or this is my opinion about that. This is my attachment. So let go is a way of letting something else come in that's, to me, more aligned, more connected with spirit, more connected with my soul. So, and that's where I want to be. That's where I want to be, in that alignment and in that truth. So yeah, it's like, it's not even like I'm searching for something. It's like letting go is totally like it's receiving. It's the allowing it. It's not the making it and making it happen or finding it or finding the answers. So the letting go is letting Phoenix express herself and being wonderfully in tune with that. Hi. Whatever works for you is the key, right? It's like unlocking those locks inside. So if it's a word, if it's a focus up here, if it's a feeling, do whatever it takes and find what works for you. And yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I just have to say that my ego kind of control this morning really arose out of I'm creating a membership program that I will be launching next year. All going well, I'm still leaning into it, and so I was thinking, oh my God, these Facebook Lives would be perfect to create the videos that I then want to use in the program. And I have an Allowing Love principle that will be present for each week. And funnily enough, the principle that I have for this week of the year is around synchronicity. And I read a quote this morning that really encapsulated this. And I think it's hilarious that really what we're talking about right now couldn't say this any more beautifully. And it is let go of the oars. All that you want is downstream. And that's an Abraham Hicks
Oh, the
quote.
oars. I was
Sorry,
wondering
I'm
what
an
you
Australian.
meant. Let go of the oars? The oars?
How do you have it?
Let go, yeah, the oars, like
Let go of the rowing
the
oars.
paddles, okay.
Like, let go of trying to do it. Let go
Yeah.
of trying to make it perfect. Let go of planning in many senses. Let go of what you think this is supposed to look like. And just know that the more that we relax, let go, allow, open, we will support ourselves in getting our little ego or the ways that we'd hold back or talk ourselves out of playing as big and brilliantly as we are. And it's all on track. It's all just waiting if we'll just relax and enjoy our life right now as it is. And that's a hard one to swallow, right? Because our mind wants to tell us that this high involvement, low attachment is mutually exclusive, right? That if we're so grateful and in flow and just loving our life just as it is right now, that we're not doing everything that we need to allow what's next, to receive our dreams, to really show up. And yeah, that's right, Phoenix. They're not mutually exclusive. We're really called to show up and really do our dreams. And at the same time, I don't believe there's a better springboard, a better energy to really allow that to come present other than really being grateful and loving our life right now, right? Really letting go of the oars and really just trusting that everything that we want is downstream, it's all on track.
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah. So, Feeny, do you have anything that you want to say in conclusion?
How do you allow love, Phoenix?
Yeah. How do you allow more bones into your life?
What do you have to say, buddy? Give a message?
Yeah, get close. Tell them exactly what you think.
What do you think, buddy?
He's now finally entered the stillness.
Yeah.
Well, I just love you guys. I am so in love with us for just being so free and playful with this. And it is kind of mind-blowing to me how I've still continued to enjoy this and for this to feel effortless. Usually when something becomes routine for me, I, in the past, have had an ability for it to feel like a chore. It's like, oh, Facebook Live again. But I really
we just get to show up and hang out.
This moment and to be with you and to see what shows up. So
and I've learned a lot about like not having something. I don't need to have something to say. I can just listen and
what have
just
you learned,
allow
Phoebe?
whatever's present instead of what I think should happen.
Yeah.
So thanks for checking it out.
Love you guys. We will be here next Thursday for Allowing.Love Live.
Maybe
Love
Phoenix
you all.
too. Love you.
Probably Phoenix
Hopefully
too. Maybe
Phoenix.
we'll try and we'll.
He creates his own invite no matter,
No matter what we do.
It's his intention. It's very powerful intention, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, love you guys.
Love you guys. Bye.